Yes, here we are. Hi everyone, welcome to this improvisation challenge. Welcome. I'm really looking forward to starting with all of you guys. I think we have over 100 people from all over the world, so that's really cool. Really looking forward to going into all these details about improvisation with you. And we are going to cover in the challenge 3 of the 7 best ways to practice improvisation, because it's important to distinguish between several ways of practicing, because each way of practicing has a different benefit for you, and altogether they're going to make you a really good improviser and make it easy for you. So that's why it's important to go into these different ways of practicing. And in this challenge, because we have only 10 days, we're going to cover 3 of them, because then we have time to go into the details of each of them a little bit. Otherwise it would be too much. So that's why we're going to cover 3 of them, 3 of the 7 best ways to practice improvisation. Because, improvisation is creating music in the moment itself. So this will be about how you can create great music in the moment itself and how to practice for that, because it's kind of a paradox. It seems like improvisation is creating music in the moment. So how can you practice for that? How can you prepare that? And how can you do that in the best way? So that's what we're going to go into. Yes, the 7 best ways to practice improvisation, and to include all your favorite musical elements, to create music of your taste, and maybe even also your own style in the end, so that everybody can hear that it's you. That would be really cool. So the program will be the barriers to creating your own music as people experience them. That's what we're also going to into a little bit, and how to overcome them. 3 of the 7 best ways to practice improvisation. And the best mix of these ways for you, because for one person it might be that the first way that we're going to cover, a way of practicing, that one is really an eye-opener for you, and for other people maybe you are also already doing a little bit that way of practicing, and then maybe the second or third way that we're going to cover is going to be much more beneficial for you. But altogether, finding the best mix of these ways of practicing for you personally, that's what will help you a lot, so that you really can create music that you really like and makes you happy, that you can plug in many favorite elements, and in the end reach your own style, as I said, and to do this efficiently, in as little time as possible. The duration of this challenge, again, it's 10 days. So, you can, if you want, you can continue with this after these 10 days if you like what we do, and if you also want to know the other 4 best ways of practicing. But the duration is 10 days, so let's really make the most of it. Let's really do the best we can to get into it and to really make progress together. So what we'd like to ask from you is to make notes anytime you get an inspiring idea. It can be a melody that suddenly comes up for you, that suddenly you are playing or singing, or it can be maybe a chord, a combination of notes, or a rhythm. It can be anything. Please either write it down in a like old-fashioned way with a paper and pen, as on this picture, or you can put it in an audio recorder. So it's one of those 2 that I always do, actually. If I get an idea that I think it's worth using in the future, I put it either on paper, or I put it in an audio recorder where I sing it, or where I speak it, a rhythm, for instance. So then it's good for yourself to start building a little collection, a little library of ideas, and to capture them. So please capture them and start with this, make this into a habit, and start with this already now, maybe already today, before we start even. If you get some nice musical idea, or if you hear something from somebody else, that's also very good. Capture it either on paper, or otherwise on your computer. You can also make notes, or in an audio recorder. And yes, the coming challenge, I will give you a lot of practical and valuable information. Actually, the more you participate, the more I can connect to your personal situation, to make it very applicable and relevant for you. And that's really what I want. I want it to be really practical for you, not just some theory, or not just something that you are watching, but really applicable immediately and relevant. So that's from my side, but also from your side. The more you participate, the more you're going to get out of this challenge as results. So you can participate using the comments on the website. So you can write a comment below the video, and that's a good way of participation, because then we will have some interaction, like you are writing something and I can react to it, and also maybe also other people can react to it. So that's something very, very good you can do. By the way, if you, I don't know, there's this thing going on about privacy these days. So if you don't want to be with your full name on the website, just write only your first name and then your comment, or just write a fake name if you want. I don't care, as long as you write a comment, because then we really have a conversation, then we really have interaction, and that's really what will make it even more and more valuable. So at any time you feel you could share something with me regarding your personal situation on something, please always do. Please never hesitate. So please always write a comment below the videos, or also below the questions that we send to you, because the more you participate by writing a comment, or you can also send the email to us, the more value you will get out of this. So I cannot stress this enough. Please participate fully, because then you will get the most results, and that's what we're going for. And actually, unfortunately, I think most people, most musicians or singers are not getting to the full potential of their creative expression, because I think making music, or even also how music is taught mostly in all traditions, I think it's more like kind of copying the great music that's already there. So whether it's like in classical music, like playing music by the great composers, which is great, by the way. I love it. I totally adore it. And also in pop music, often I think most people are just are playing the hits, are playing the famous music, and trying to learn that and to execute it in a beautiful way, which is great, of course. But it's kind of putting to the background the creating of music for ourselves, like the creating of music from nothing, from ourselves, from as something new. It's kind of putting that secondary, which I think it's a shame, because it makes many people a bit unsure of creating their own thing. At least they're not used to doing this. And I hear many people also say like, "Oh, I cannot do that. I could never do that," and also like, "I'm not born with that," or "You have to have that talent, and I don't have that, so I cannot do it." So that's kind of a shame, because that already makes many people think that they could never do it, which of course it's not true. It's just that we think that, and because we are brought up like that, maybe, or maybe also because sometimes education is in that way. Then then we're not used to creating music, really creating music ourselves. So that's something that I really I think it's a shame, and I also like the experience of creating something really by yourself, and performing that for people is so beautiful, and the joy that it brings is so beautiful. So that's what I want to bring to you, and to support people with, to support you with discovering that you can improvise, and discovering how to do that in a beautiful way, in an advanced way, that it's really beautiful. And then the joy that it will bring extra to your musical life is really, really, really great. So yeah, that's what I want to inspire you with, because actually this is a quote that I once read from Martha Graham. She said, "There is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action, and there is only one of you in all of time. This expression is unique, and if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost. The world will not have it." So that's kind of what I'm up to, what I'm really for, like to really let hear the real you inside the music. And yeah, what could it be better in? Of course, you can also do this a bit in creating your own version of already existing music in any genre, but it's totally there when you improvise. Like it's something that's really of yourself, really coming out of yourself, that nobody else could do, only you. So that's the value of that, and that's what I would like to support you with. So yeah, some people already answered this a little bit in the questions, but this is a question also again to think about for you. Which direction would you like to go with your music? Which wishes do you have regarding your own music? What would you like to be able to create? What style? What vision? So if you didn't answer yet in the quick questions, please do, because it's a starting point of this challenge. So please answer the quick questions if you didn't do it yet. And then we're going to take some action in that direction, in the direction that you would like the most. And yeah, here are some points why improvising music is just very cool, I think. Because it will make you super flexible with juggling with many musical ingredients, even in real time. If you are even when you are creating the music in real time, so at the same time you're busy with creating it and all the different roads that you could take and where you are right now, and at the same time you will be super flexible, like a juggler juggling with balls. Like I can control all these things at once, and that's really cool. Because it will really feel like playing, just like a child playing with toys and playfully making new combinations. And actually, I think also that the audience is easily amazed when they know it's improvised, when they know it's not a piece that you studied for 10 years, for example, but it's a new piece that you're kind of making up and at the moment. I experienced that the audience is almost by definition very easily amazed, like wow, how can you do that? And whoa, whoa, I don't understand how you do it, but it's really cool. So I think that part of it is it's really easy. So it's I think it's even easier than playing a piece by someone else, because then their expectations is higher when they know the piece and when they know how it goes, and then maybe they hear one note that maybe went wrong or that should be different, and they're like, yeah, you played well, but that one note I heard it was wrong. So then they are much more critical when they know it's improvised. Mostly they're much more easily amazed and very totally happy about it. So if you're kind of maybe hesitant of taking the jump to improvising, let this encourage you, because the audiences really love it. Even just the audience of one or two friends around you, just to experiment, they really will love it. And yeah, it's creativity in the moment. You can really be creative. You can really express yourself and expressing yourself and being creative. And you can also be moved by what you create yourself. It sounds a little bit maybe over the top, but it is true that because you're kind of the cook, you're kind of your own boss, you're the cook in the kitchen, and you can make the combinations of all the ingredients that you enjoy the most. So you can also really be moved and be touched by what you create, and that's also the goal, to not create just something meaningless, to create something meaningful. And you can make it really meaningful also for yourself and be touched by it by putting in the ingredients that you really love. And that's the goal. That's what we're going to go into also. And yeah, lastly, it's just a really a lot of fun. So yeah, let all of this encourage you to start with the challenge. Let's see. Yes. So this is my invitation to commit for sure for the next 10 days to a short amount of practice time for improvisation every day if you can, or every 2 days, or every weekday. Just see for yourself. Just look for yourself right now how much you can do without getting in trouble with other things, how much you just can easily do, that you can just commit to and really succeed. So not too much, just as long as it's regular. And just please write it into your agenda, in your diary right now, so that will make it much easier to stick to it. So an amount of time, for example, 15 minutes every day, or half an hour every 2 days, or 15 minutes every weekday, something like that. Or maybe just a little bit less on the weekdays and a little bit more on the weekend days. Just see for yourself what will work. But write it in your diary. It will make it even easier. Again, save the information that you get also in a for instance, in a separate folder on your computer. And well, for example, this is Bernard. He's one of the first graduates of our improvisation course, improvisation expert. And he wrote, in the time that he's my student, he wrote many original compositions, among others a very beautiful summer ballad, and he played it in the Netherlands and also in France. And yeah, he got many compliments actually from the audience, and also my friends, the professional musicians, the drummer and bassist who were accompanying him. They were really like, wow, this is beautiful that you created. So, and actually, well, for Bernard, he's not a professional musician. For him, it's also like a hobby, like a very beautiful hobby. But he has his normal work on the weekdays, so he can do this just next to his work, and he can achieve all of this. So when he can do this, you can achieve this too, really. maybe composing your own things and improvising your own things. And so, yeah, it's a great experience for him, and I think it will be a great experience for you too. So that's what we're going for. So just well, if you don't have a lot of time, it's not, you can just stop this video and go do your things, because I really want to be this. I really want to be this whole challenge to be very time efficient for you. So if you don't have time, you can skip the rest of this video, and we can see each other when this challenge starts. The rest of this video is just a little background about me. If you think like, who is this Colijn, or why should I listen to him, or what is his background? So it's just very short that you know the background, how I got to do this. Well, this is me. I studied at the Conservatory of Utrecht, which is my city in Holland. I studied improvised music and jazz, but I started out playing organ in church actually when I was 11. I started out on organ, and only later I switched to piano. So on the conservatory I did only piano, but I started out with also church music and classical music and improvising in that way. So I think improvising music is equally as important to be able to do it in classical styles as in whatever style, I don't know, pop music style or Latin or jazz. I think improvisation can enrich you in all styles. So that's kind of my look on this. I studied also with Claire Fisher in Los Angeles, which was great, really great, really great. Unfortunately, he passed away now several years ago, but it was really great. I did jam sessions in my city, improvising sessions for 7 years every week, which was really great learning for me. Also, we had every week one famous top musician from the Netherlands or abroad, so that was really spectacular, and I learned so much from that. I also started composing, creating my own music, and that's what I got the Kunstanje Award from the Prince Bernhard Culture Foundation for. So that was really stimulating for me to start and continue creating my own music. I played with Thijs van Leer, who is the composer, a great composer from the group Focus, famous rock group, and also Denise Jenna, a great singer. And we also played in Italy and Albania and Serbia. I also played my own original music in Netherlands and abroad, also with my Italian quartet in Italy, but also Luxembourg, Denmark, Berlin. So we were playing everywhere, and we were also teaching at a lot of these places, because we were teaching in Albania, master classes, and also in Nicaragua. This was on my own. This was solo. Except for with the group together on the left. But for the rest, I was also doing workshops and masterclasses there. And also in Italy with the Italian quartet, we were doing a masterclass at the NYU, the New York University, who has a place in Florence, in Firenze. We were also teaching, and I discovered that next to playing my music everywhere, which was a great experience, also the teaching everywhere was a really great experience, because I really enjoy like stimulating people, not just like copying the American music a little bit, as you could say in jazz music. It started in the US, and of course we can play those same songs and give our own taste to it, which is already a good, really nice way of improvising. But I think it's even more rewarding to create your own music, to improvise something totally new, or to compose it totally new, like. It doesn't matter what style it is. So that's what I wanted also to inspire all those people with. And I discovered I really loved it a lot also to teach this. And then my son Alexander was born some years ago. And then I decided to stay in the country, stay in the Netherlands. This is us, by the way. I decided to stay in the Netherlands and to be around him, of course, and also then to teach more. Because I discovered I loved it so much also. And this is the Acousticum, a great national training center for music, among other arts, in Ede in the Netherlands. It was opened by our king, who is on the right of the three people who are holding the key. It's a great center, and also I taught there a lot of workshops and masterclasses until now already. I think it's open for 2 years right now. And also I have a music holiday with some of my regular students in the south of France, near the Marciac Music Festival. And we already went there for the third time this year. So those are some of my teaching things until now. I think what people like a lot is I think I have a very practical approach to music making. I like to make it practical as quickly as I can, so that you have an immediate result also. And I think I have a high commitment to the satisfaction of everyone. So I just really want you to be happy with what you get and the results that you're getting. So that's what I'm also pushing you a little bit to really participate, because I want you to have that result. I really want you to have a practical result out of this. So that's my commitment, for you to really quickly have nice results that make you happy. And this is what students say. Oh yeah, Rolene is saying, like, she never thought she would be able to improvise, but it makes her really happy and she's having a lot of fun. And she says, like, yeah, it sounds immediately so great. So that's really cool, and I hope you will achieve it too in this challenge. So it was very inspiring for me to work with all the students and all the people I supported until now, and I hope it will be very inspiring working with you too. That's what I'm going for. And let's take some action. Let's start this challenge tomorrow, and let's go into the music direction that you like the most. So see you there. See you in the next video. Bye bye. See you tomorrow, and let's make a great challenge together. Bye bye.